Hello everyone, this is Flammy and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play. So, today we've got something pretty special, and that is our resources are absolutely maxed. Well, I just spent a little bit on destroying some decorations, so not anymore, but you know what, I can collect this and max it again. Great, so we've got 2 million gold and 1 million elixir, so this is pretty exciting. I also have 2 free workers. I've got them both working on decorations right now, which is good to get rid of. Like, I'm never going to be able to spend all this elixir as is. So, just spend it on removing trunks is a great purpose. Get some gems out of it. Okay, so, what are we going to spend all these glorious resources on? That is a hard decision, and it is a great decision. Okay, first off, there's this army camp. I've been meaning to do this for a while, 750,000. That leaves us with 250,000 elixir left over. That's a good option. I don't think I can do this one. Oh, I can do that one if I wanted to rage. Interesting. So, Raid Spell, that's another one. Spell Factory level 3. That makes your units bigger, faster, and stronger while under the duration of the spell. Versus, it sort of works like Heal Spell, where it creates a circle, and anything in that gets a faster attack, stronger attack. Actually, I'm not sure about stronger. I know they attack faster. I know they move faster, for sure. Beyond that, what can we do? So, I've got an upgrade running, so I can't do any upgrades. All the other army camps are max. I could do barracks, but these don't cost very much. So I'm going to definitely leave this for later. There's also then all the defenses that we can get to. I'm going to skip the resources for now, just because we've got the resources. By resources, I mean I'm going to skip the mines and collectors. I could upgrade these, but the thing about these is they're not very expensive and they're pretty slow. Which means I will start someone working on upgrading a mine or collector when I have the free worker. But I generally won't do it if it's just like... I'll do it when I need to burn a worker, not burn resources, because they're cheap. So I'll burn resources to something else. Okay, I wish I could upgrade this, but I don't think I can. Yeah, it's the next town hall level up, unfortunately, to get up to the maximum of 25 guys in the clan castle. Let's see, what else? Could do the air defense, it's pretty cheap, though. Could do... Choices, like all the cannons and archer towers have a couple different levels. So, for example, I'm not sure if I can upgrade these. Can I? Yeah, so I can't upgrade the ones with currently 1 band on them, but I can upgrade the ones without a band for 400,000, so that's even cheaper than their defense. Then we've got some archer towers. This one's a lower level, so that would only cost 360. This is a higher level, would cost 720. Doubles right there, you'll notice. I have all of my traps in place, and I've got a shield for another 2.5 hours. So this will not finish up during that time with another 21 hours on it. What to do then? Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Wizard towers can't do either, so I think I'm going to do the most expensive upgrade that I can, which is one of my archer towers. So I'll do this one, just because it's flanked by 2 high-level cannons. And then I need to decide what I'm going to do with my other worker, and I've already decided, so I'll tell you. I'm going to do this army camp. I've been meaning to do this for a while, and we got all the elixir here anyways, so might as well go and do it. So, before I start this, though, I need to think about what I'm going to do with the last 1.2 million gold that I have. And this is a fun decision, because who doesn't like spending lots of gold? So, the best thing to spend it on is walls. I could buy flags, national flags, which provide a teeny benefit of not letting enemies spawn underneath them, but that's really nothing compared to their cost of 100,000 each. So, I'd much rather spend it on walls because I've got the worker. Okay, so I'm going to spend all my gold. Well, I'll leave 10,000 to search for matches, because we are going to go attack immediately after this. As soon as this army is done. So, walls. So, like I mentioned in the previous video, the lowest level walls in the corners, they don't really matter, because they don't ever get attacked. So I'm more inclined to upgrade ones which are outside and higher priority. What do I mean by that? I mean things like this one and stuff. Or alternatively, these ones out here, like these. Although I'm also thinking about possibly upgrading these little hooks that I added on. As we'll see soon, I had an attack when I had maxed out resources. I'm going to start upgrading. I had maxed out resources last night when I got done raiding a bunch. You won't see that in a Let's Play episode, you'll see that in a question and answer video coming up. And someone attacked into one of these and used a ton of wall breakers on them. So I think I'm just going to upgrade these because they soak wall breaker hits so well. And they will get attacked more often than my average other wall, which is good. Okay, so that's still going to leave us with a solid 500,000, which is very nice. Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. I think I'm just going to... I'll upgrade this one because it's sort of lonely, being the only non-gold wall in the center. And then I can upgrade... Okay, I'm going to upgrade the walls which often get attacked here once they break through into the center. So, this wall, and this wall, as well as down here. Same sort of thing. So, often people attack from the right side or the bottom side, so that's what these will deter. Okay, with only 50,000 left, I'm going to do one last upgrade here for 30,000, leave the 20,000, and then I'm going to start this worker. And then I'm going to collect resources, and then we get to go on the attack. So yes, that was a lot of resources right down the drain right there. We just spent nearly 3 million, just a couple 100,000 under that in resources, so that was fun. Spending is always fun. I'm going to queue up the last couple giants. Oh, they're already good. And then we're ready to go. Break our 2.5 hour or so shield, but that is just fine. Why did I raid so much? That's a great question. So, I was working on a programming project for homework last night, and it was the sort of thing that just was really great for me to play for 5 minutes and then code for 20 minutes. Play for 5 minutes, code for 20 minutes. And I just kept raiding like that, and I ended up maxing out my resources, as you saw, which is pretty special. Had some pretty great raids in there. But I didn't have any workers available during the time, so I decided I wouldn't record an episode because I wasn't playing for like 20 minutes straight. I decided I would just get the resources, I'd record them and use them in a future question and answer video like I've done in the past. So, look forward to that. You'll get to see the attacks then. Or at least some of them. Some of them were like raids, and I decided if I was only picking off like 30,000 with a couple archers, who wants to watch that? Maybe you do, but you know what? It's a question of efficiency and quality, and I'd rather just have higher quality videos. As is, though, it is currently 3 p.m. for me when I'm recording this episode, which means we'll have somewhat competitive in terms of finding a match here. So this is actually a good one. And what makes this especially a good one is mostly this is going to be a raid. So I'm going to attack this. All the gold is going to be in the mines. I can just tell that from the way that the elixirs are maxed out, and as well as a couple of the mines are maxed out as well. There's a glitch showing that that they are full, but not all of them are actually indicating that, just due to that glitch. But I should be able to pick off a good number of these without taking any return fire. And then we can, there might be a few bits of gold that are in the storages, but you know what? I'm just fine ignoring those. Should we do archers? I'm going to drop one giant for a distraction, and then a couple barbarians, and then archers. I don't think I'll use goblins, just because there's not that many resources we need to get. I had too many barbarians anyways, and now we're going to have way too many. Okay, as is, dead, and dead, and dead. One mine on the right is finishing, and then there's a really low level one. So we'll see how many gold is in the storages, if any. So there could be some. That archer was getting about 100 gold per hit on that last mine. It's really low level, so I don't consider that really worth it to deploy more guys. So we're going to miss out on 11,000, take a defeat, but you know what? I'm fine walking away with only deploying, what was that? 22 infantry and 5 supply worth of giants for 125,000. Yeah, I'll take that. Definitely. Okay, so we should have an army nearly trained up. Yep, it's already completely trained, so I'm just going to head right back at it. Always fun to do that. So, we do have some more defenses to continue upgrading in the near future. As you saw, most of the cannons can still be upgraded to another level 1, and all the archers, with the exception of the one I just started, can be upgraded as well. Okay, this is an interesting base. This base looks a lot like one of Play Clash of Clans bases. I think it's Town Hall 8 base. I'm not really a big fan of this, although it's not a very good copy of it. The thing about it is the walls are used very inefficiently. I talked about this a while back. I think he's put out a replacement base for it. I'm not sure about that. I don't think I'm going to attack this just because Well, I missed the skip button. But I'm still not going to attack this. Just because most of the gold's in the storages, and I'd have to deploy my entire army, and I think I might be able to find a bit better than 100,000, because like you saw, I got 125,000 really easily on that other base. And I didn't have to deploy very much for that, so maybe I'll regret making the decision. That was an interesting base right there. I skipped it really quickly, but if you want to rewind, it had a double set of walls, which means archers can't fire over it, which is the whole point of that design. Sort of unusual. It can be effective. I'm not a huge fan of it, though. Interesting how low level this guy's walls are. Actually, well, he's a Town Hall 6, so you know what? He's excused. I take it back. Although, I mean, when I got to Town Hall 6, on my main account at least, I had all gold walls. That was my first time I had been completely unable to upgrade walls at any given point. I had managed to max them out before I had hit 6 when going from 5 to 6. And I think a lot of other people who are going slow have that issue as well. So you definitely need to look forward and how long will it take until I unlock the next Town Hall? How many projects do I have in that amount of time to do? You need to sort of balance those things. Lots of crappy resource bases I'm just skipping through quickly. Okay, so this is an interesting one. So you see how this one is 55,000 and 40,000 exactly. Well, almost exactly. 55,002, 40,008. So this is a sign that their storages or their collectors and mines are absolutely full. The 2 and the 8 will be in probably the Town Hall or something. And that's sort of unusual. Usually you see them exactly as rounded numbers. But as you can also tell from the animations, it's very full as well. So this would be a good candidate to raid. However, it's only worth 50,000. And some of the mines are fairly well protected. Like, I could pick off these 2 mines on the right. Well, the 1 mine on the right without taking any damage. The 1 mine on the up top pretty easily. This one here pretty easily. This one would be a bit harder, and this one would be a bit harder. But that's not great return. So there's 5 mines there for 55,000. Which is like 11,000 each. That's not very much by comparison. I mean, yeah, it'd be a profit. So if you're purely going for a profit, that wouldn't be a terrible attack. But it would take time, and I honestly don't want this video to extend too long. I'm doing 2 attacks, and I think if I have time, I'll do that recent attack I mentioned earlier on my base when I had maxed out storages. We'll see that in a second, hopefully. 80,000. Dum-dum-dum. See, if I could correctly identify this one as having a lot of resources in their collectors, it'd be very easy to raid. But you know what? I'm pretty sure it's in their storages. All of the... Yeah, I'm actually positive of that. So look at the 87 and 32,000. Remember that number. So while I skip, I'll talk about that. So the 82,000 and the 37,000, it means to me that because there's a difference between those numbers, that means they have some resources in their storages. Does that make sense? So imagine if I only had 1 level 10 collector and 1 level 10 mine. Pretty simple, right? So in this example, okay, I'm probably going to be attacking this base, but I'll keep talking. I'll try to keep talking while doing this. So in that example I just gave, a level 10 collector and a level 10 mine. What does that mean? That means that, of course, they're going to attack the under construction one first because I didn't notice it. That means that they are going to... what else to say? So the level 10 collector, level 10 mine, they have different sort of stats, but they collect at the same rate. So if they're both full, that tells me something pretty important. And if they're both full, that means your total amount for me to steal is going to be even. And that even, notice that's not the same as the 87,000 and 32,000. That's uneven. So I've got a bunch of guys in here, so I'm going to drop a lightning. Definitely should check for that, but you know what? I didn't. Okay, good enough. It probably didn't kill all of them, especially not the giant, but that's alright. Giants are spreading out. That's sort of annoying. It'll be alright, though. We've got a ton of giants here. Actually, probably I didn't even need to deploy all of them. But, we're doing fine. And they're breaking through to get into the one under construction. So to continue my point from before, basically, if the resources are uneven, it's a sign that the collectors, that the resources are also in storages, not just in the collectors and mines. If they were relatively even, that would mean they're likely all in the collectors, or more likely to be all in the collectors. Because you could still have, like, 25,000 of each in both storages, and then the collectors would be even. But to have them that uneven is very unlikely. Giant finally died. That had been pounding on our guys the whole time. I don't think it even killed one, though. I'm going to deploy goblins to help out. Yeah, just random things to help do damage. And do I need to deploy more? You know what, I'll do it. I'll deploy 5 goblins, hopefully to go to the center to get the storage in there. Good, so I don't miss out on resources. And then that'll be, oops, spring trap. And then that'll be fine. 40 seconds, looking good. And all the resources are collected now. We just triggered a bunch of traps in there. They had a lot of empty spaces in their base. Had a lot of traps. I didn't mention them as they were detonating while the giants were walking around. I don't think any spring traps got any giants, though, so not too effective. Oh, one last builder on top. And that's it. And that's 102,000, putting our total at exactly 250,000 plus 2 gold. Funny coincidence like that. But then I can collect some more and make that bump up even higher. Okay, so as I mentioned, there has been a recent attack on our base. And as I also mentioned, it was when I had a full 2 million gold and 1 million elixir. So we're going to load up this replay and see their attempt to steal it all. And they do, alright. Spoiler alert. But as you can see from the storages, look at that, absolutely full. Yeah. If they weren't maxed, they were exceedingly close to maxed. Either way, it means that they were they were able to steal 200,000 from each storage, or from all the storages combined. As you can see, the wall breakers right there are proving pretty ineffective, but the last one did make it in to damage those inner walls. Fortunately, the giants are also attacking the purple wall in the corner, which is why I have the one purple wall that I have right there. So this replay is also going to be all about splash damage. So I did watch this, as you might have realized. My clan castle archers are doing good work. The mortars are firing, the wizards are firing. Giants just died. Okay, look at all these infantry. Look how tight they are. Look at the splash. Okay, group of archers on the left died. All these barbarians. Wizard towers like, oh, I love barbarians. Oh, but like 20 just died. Couple barbarians just died to a spring trap. Look at the wizard tower. Oh my god. Look at these archers. So unfortunately, wizard tower just went down, and also unfortunately, those 2 mortars decided to shoot the barbarians. See, now, so it's letting the archers get away scot-free. Imagine if a little bit of luck had happened and they had targeted the archers just like that before. We would have saved that gold storage. You know what, as is, though, they got 1 gold storage and barely touched the elixir, so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. This replay was basically, this is why you upgrade your splash damage first. Against infantry, it doesn't matter how many cannons and archer towers you have or high level they are, you need splash to deal with infantry. And that was a great example as to why. Splash damage just kicks ass. Okay guys, so to wrap up this episode, I'm going to load up that guy's base, assuming it's not too damaged, and we are going to critique it. And you guys can tell me in the comments what you guys thought of it. Okay, so here we are, bit damaged. Looks like he's got his town hall outside the walls, as you can see over here on the right. And it is a town hall, come on, select, town hall 7. Okay then. Interesting, his 4 army games are all together. That looks sort of interesting when you do that. But you know what, but first I'm going to load up a recent video I uploaded and see what my favorite comment is for your guys' reviews. So, my favorite attack was the person who thought that they would just, they would use their giant healer. It is my favorite composition. So, Cessno Vasily said, I would use giant healer with archers and level 5 and level 4 wall breakers to get into the dark elixir. So I really like this strategy. He's only going for a dark elixir. You just know what you're going for and go for it only. And if you don't need to deploy the giant healer to do so, I would say just don't even think about deploying that as well. Just deploy all you need to get there. Just get the job done right and not more than you need. So that's why I liked that part of your tip. Just know what you're going for. No need to 3-star the base if all you need is the dark elixir. Okay, returning to this base though, I'll try to do more of those shoutouts in the future. Let's see. We've got the town hall outside the walls. Are you going to just destroy that for trophies? Interestingly, the air defense is very exposed down here. Looks like they just got to Town Hall 7, given all these level 1 walls right here. We've got the other air defense up here, which means Healer Giant would be oh so effective against this. I'd assume there's not going to be Clan Castle guys. Nope, just because he's been attacked recently. Let's see his army composition. So, that's okay. I guess he just got here, so they're maxed out. He hasn't done any unit upgrades for Town Hall 7 yet, so hopefully he should do those soon. But other than that, you can see his defenses, and let me know how you guys would attack this base. Let me see, and you can see if you can get into the center here. 300,000 elixir, and 500, half a million gold total. So let me know how you guys would attack this base, what army you'd use, etc., etc., etc. And as always, to wrap up the episode, thank you very much for watching. If you watched this far and enjoyed it, why don't you subscribe? I got a lot of new content coming out in the future, and as always, have a great day.